Are you thinking about moving to Kansas City and you want to rub elbows with the rich and the famous? Well, hey, in today's video, we're going to be talking about 6 of the most luxurious neighborhoods in Kansas City that the rich and famous call home. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Zach. This here is Max Jones, and we are local realtors that run a team here. We've been in business for over 23 years. And with that being said, let's dive into our first area, Mission Hills, where the hills are on a mission to hold up these huge houses. All right, Mission Hills. All right, Mission Hills. This is one of the wealthiest suburbs in the entire United States. So buckle up for some serious opulence here. It's located just on the south side of downtown Kansas City, just south of the plaza. And it's in Johnson County, and Mission Hills is all about its historic charm, modern luxury, and it covers areas like Sunset Hill and Ward Parkway. And you can see on the map here, it has a couple of golf courses. One of those is the Mission Hills Country Club. So it is a beauty, and no reason why not to have it #1 on our list. Yeah, and a lot of these houses go back into like the 1900s, or the 1920, early 1900s. And the golf courses are just absolutely some of the biggest trees I've ever seen in Kansas City. Beautiful oak trees are all over this golf course. It's amazing. Yeah. So price ranges here start at $1 million and work their way up. They go skyrocket clear past 10 million. For example, a 1952 Colonial at 5830 Mission Drive just listed for 2.6 million. And it has a 4-bedroom, 6-bath. It's about 4,400 square feet. And if you want more, a 6-bedroom, 11-bath, French-inspired home on 114th Street is at 4.5 million. The average day on market is about 30 to 60 days, but the priciest gems can last a little bit longer. Yeah. All right, with house styles, you can think like grand colonials, Tudors, French estates with like these sprawling lawns. We've got these big fences and kind of like castle walls surrounding some of these properties. Just, absolutely stunning. Yeah, most of the homes date back to the 1920s, and a lot of them have been renovated over the years. You got marble countertops and walls of windows, and looking out over the estate-sized lots, chef kitchens, and it is top of the line. It's kind of one of those places where some of these properties will have like people just out there taking care of the landscaping like 24/7. Like I know, like in the fall, you drive through there, and these people don't even have a leaf. Like as soon as a leaf falls out of the tree, there's like somebody on it and getting it out. Yeah, truly incredible. Yeah, not just one gardener. You have a whole team of gardeners there. Yeah. Neighborhood amenities. Mission Hills has the Mission Hills Golf Club, which we mentioned. So you can, you can also go down to the Indian Hills Golf Course, which is nearby. It really just feels like a resort, really safe. And in fact, it's like 90% safer than most places in the country. So has a really good safety rating. And with that shopping, like having the plaza so close, the plaza was actually designed when they built that to enter from Mission Hills as you're coming south going north. So they kind of designed Ward Parkway as kind of a grand entrance to the plaza and to downtown. So everything was almost kind of built to cater to Mission Hills. Yeah, it feels like a resort. You've got parks and walking trails and private tennis courts. The whole community is like a country club. Yeah, and it's kind of the best of both states too, right? We're in Kansas City. We have Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, and this is right on the state line. So it's on the Kansas side, but the whole east side of Mission Hills is the state line. So you've got great access to the Missouri amenities as well. Yeah, really, just across the state line is Fairway, which is a really nice area, and Prairie Village, which is one of Kansas's really nice communities. So it's just nestled right in there and is a beauty. The school districts there are top rated as well. You've got the Shawnee Mission School District for public schools, but a lot of kids are going to the private schools there. So you've got Pembroke Hill and, all of the future valedictorians and state champions are coming right out of Mission Hills. So nearby shopping and things to do. One of the great things that Kansas City has is the Kaufman Performing Arts Center. So if you want to go catch a live show, in fact, I just went and saw the Goonies had did you know about that? I did hear about that. I didn't get a chance to go. So we went and saw the Goonies there, but when they had the orchestra played it live, the soundtrack. So it was really cool, but they do a lot of great stuff. Ballets, it's a performing arts. They've got 2 big stages, and that's really close to Mission Hills. You've also got some great shopping at the plaza. This is Kansas City's premier shopping district, and it is, it's touching Mission Hills. So you've got that in your backyard. And then the Nelson Atkins Museum, as far as if you want to go get some culture, is right east of the plaza as well. So it's just all right at your doorstep. Yeah, so if you need a Gucci handbag or you want a gourmet cupcake, you're right in the area to do it. Maybe both. Yeah, and great restaurants as well. The Capitol Grill is a really nice steak restaurant, but the plaza is full of restaurants. One of my favorite and one of my wife's favorite places to go is called Homegrown. It's a really great place to go for lunch. They're open for dinner as well, but you really can't go wrong with the plaza. For shopping, entertainment, restaurants, it's the bomb. Yep. All right, notable residents in Mission Hills. All right, so notable people living in Mission Hills. There's a long list of them. If you hop on Wikipedia, we don't really want to dox anybody and give out their addresses, but I do know that George Brett lives in Mission Hills. I think he's a member of the Mission Hills Country Club. And who else lived there? I mean, Ewing Kauffman was the owner of the Royals. He had a mansion there. I mean, if you're a billionaire in Kansas City, you probably live in Mission Hills. So there are some other notable people that call it home. Tom Watson has a golf course here, and yeah, he lives down there. So, in fact, Tom Watson has designed a golf course for another community coming up on our list. So yeah, he's a Kansas City staple. But you might see a private jet flying overhead. You might see a Rolls Royce rolling down the road. It is the creme de la creme of Kansas City. Old money, amazing subdivision or neighborhood. All right, so hey, if living up in the Mission Hills isn't for you, then how about down by the Hallbrook? Hey, remember Hallbrook? No, coming in at number 2, where the homes are as big as the dreams and the golf course is basically your backyard. It's another Johnson County gem. We're still on the Kansas side, and the luxury golf course community. It's actually home to some very famous residents we'll mention in a minute, waving clubs and breaking hearts out there in Hallbrook. Let's talk about price ranges. You can expect to find anything from 1.5 to 5 right now. We went back over the last 90 days and found a few. Right now, you got a 5-bedroom, 6-bath traditional on 117th Street that is pending at $1.9 million. Currently, it's boasting 6,400 square feet. It's kind of a French-inspired 6-bedroom. And we've got another one over on 114th Street that's for a cool $4.5 million. And average homes on the market, it does depend on price, but we're seeing 30 to 45 days currently, so stuff's moving pretty good. Yeah, the good ones are selling fast, especially if they're back into golf. But you're gonna find a lot of modern traditionals, French chateaus, sleek contemporaries. Think open floor plans, gourmet kitchens, massive islands, big old primary suites that inspire 5-star hotel resort type picture. And most of the homes are back into the golf course, and you look on the map here, the golf course just winds right through the whole subdivision. So a lot of really fairway views and tee box homes. So you might have a stray golf ball or two hit the house, but small price to pay for living on one of the best golf courses in Kansas City. Yeah. And Max, you can also go, there's like the old Leawood on the north side of 435, so you can still get into some older, big sprawling ranches. They are starting to tear some of those down and put these new big boys right in the middle. But if you want kind of a quieter side of town, they've got that. If you want kind of the newer where the golf course, that's on the south side of 435. So lots of options. Yep, the neighborhood amenities are top notch. I mean, the Hallbrook Golf Club is killer. In fact, we have a video on Leawood where we went into Hallbrook and went to the golf club. I think they were looking at us like they might kick us out of there. It's pretty exclusive. Yeah, and even the tennis courts there, they've got one of those domes that go over them in the wintertime, so you're playing in a bubble. Yeah, the 18-hole golf course was designed by Robert Trent Jones Sr., and really swanky golf club. And there's also a pool, a fitness center. But just on the north side of the subdivision is Leawood City Park. So if you're thinking about amenities, I mean, it's killer. It's like a water park and really nice lakes and walking trails. In fact, there's walking trails that go all along Tomahawk Creek Parkway, which just lines the west side. So it's phenomenal as far as amenities go. You won't find any neighborhood that's better. And then the school districts, the best school districts in the city Blue Valley schools.
The best school district in the whole state.
Yes, yeah, city and state. So really has the highest test scores in the city, in the state, and a lot of winning programs. I mean, college credit courses, great sports, academics. I mean, you can't beat Blue Valley schools.
So nearby shopping, we have Town Center Plaza, which is like the plaza, but like 3 times the size. They've got a lot more space there. So the stores are bigger. You have everything, every restaurant you could want. Folks in Leawood really have access to anything you could possibly want to shop for.
Yeah, you got Nordstrom's, you got Restoration Hardware's, an Apple store, trendy stores like Anthropologie. Then they've got really great restaurants too. You can grab a steak at the Hereford House, or there's
some seafood at the Bristol.
Yeah, lots of Starbucks, really good grocery stores too. There's a Trader Joe's there, lots of, not your typical grocery stores. If you're organic and that sort of thing, you've got tons of options at Town Center Plaza.
And barbecue.
Hey,
Kansas City, after all. Lots of barbecue options as well.
All right, so nearby attractions for Hallbrook. Let's go. We're stacked with stuff. You've got the Overland Park Arboretum, perfect for nature lovers, walking through all the different types of trees, every species you can think of there. You have the Nerman Museum of Contemporary Art for all of you culture people. You want a little splash of culture, you can go to the Contemporary Museum.
We got the Deanna Rose Children's Farm that's not too far away, and then the Prairie Fire Museum and all that area has to offer as well.
Yeah, I mean, just attractions galore as far as Hallbrook goes. And then, notable residents where some of my favorite people live. Well, one of my favorite football players bought a property there for him and his girlfriend. Travis Kelce, apparently, he bought a home in Hallbrook and a little gated component of Hallbrook there. So I don't know if you'll see him out there swinging clubs on the golf course, but I think him and Taylor Swift are bunked up in Hallbrook.
Definitely chugging beers, though, from the second deck, I bet.
Yeah, for sure. And then I believe Hallbrook is named after Hallmark, the owner of Hallmark. The Hallmark headquarters, world headquarters, is here in Kansas City. There's actually, where I live in Liberty, there's a huge warehouse where, the Hallmark world headquarters is. So I don't know if the Hallmark family still lives in Hallbrook or not, but I think that's how the neighborhood was created.
Big piece, they had a big farm down there, and then a chunk of land came from.
Aha.
And that's Hallbrook, a place that's so fancy that even the squirrels are wearing little polo t-shirts and sipping on acorn lattes. And I bet you, if you choose to move here, don't be surprised if your welcome basket includes a signed Chiefs jersey and a friendship bracelet.
All right, let's head to Mills Farm in Overland Park, Kansas, where luxury meets family-friendly vibes, really in a way that will make you want to pack your bags yesterday. This Johnson County neighborhood is all about custom homes and resort-style living.
So we've got homes ranging from $1 to $3 million in this neighborhood currently. Right now, a 7-bedroom, 8-bath traditional. It's on 160th Street that is listed for $1.7 million. And we have a 5-bedroom French-style home on King Street that's pending right now at $2.25. Average days on the market we're seeing are about 15 to 40 days. And the properties here do move quickly.
Yep. The house styles, you can expect a 1.5-story traditional French-inspired estates and some modern ranches. And these homes really scream customization. We're fairly new construction here, so only, a handful of years old. And a lot of the homes will feature movie theaters that are built in, wine cellars, outdoor kitchens in the backyard, lots of pools, lots of cul-de-sacs, and really perfect for all of those backyard barbecues.
Yeah, there's really like no surfaces in these properties that doesn't scream like custom or top-notch finishing. So they're a really cool place.
Yep, and Mills Farm is really known for its amenities. The amenities are top-notch. I mean, it has a resort-style pool, a clubhouse, tennis courts, walking trails. Really, the community has it all, and it really feels like a private retreat with manicured landscaping. It is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Ponds and pools. And so again, with Mills Farm, we're in Johnson County, and we're going to be in the Blue Valley School District. So again, that's the top-rated school district for the whole state of Kansas. So great schools. Your kid might graduate with a diploma in robotics.
Yeah, they have that STEM program. They have really championship sports teams. And there's also on the south side of the subdivision is the Timber Creek Elementary School. So really your kids could just walk to school.
a couple blocks. If you're on the north side of the subdivision, you might want to take the bus or have your mom drop you off. But for those on the south side of the subdivision, just walk on to school.
Just give your kids the keys of the golf cart and let them go.
Yeah, that do.
How my kids have to roll.
Yeah, so nearby shopping, a lot of really great area. It's just on the south side of 159th, and you've got the Blue Hawk development that is nearby. You got Target, Whole Foods, lots of boutique shops, upscale dining. Prairie Fire isn't too far away, and you've got places like Cava, the Rock and Brew. What else is going on down there?
You're still close to the Arboretum.
Yeah, the botanical garden there.
Botanical gardens. So yeah, you've got some outdoor activities, some golf courses nearby, but really this neighborhood is kind of on the small. It's more of a neighborhood or a subdivision than an area.
Yeah, relative to Mission Hills, this area is a lot smaller, a lot less homes we're talking about here, but it is one of the most exclusive subdivisions, so it had to make our list. And it's also, as far as attractions go, it's nearby the Heritage Park, which is a really huge park. I don't know how many acres that is. I'll pull it up on the map, but you can see that it is just massive. Tons of sports fields and lakes and walking trails. It has a golf course. It's a great attraction. All right, as far as notable residents go in Mills Farm, we're not going to dox anybody in particular, but a lot of notable A-listers in there. You've got your CEOs and doctors and that sort of thing, entrepreneurs that are attracted to the subdivision. And one of those reasons is it's just to the south of the Johnson County Executive Airport. So you might be flying in on your private jet, parking it in the hangar, and you're about 2 minutes away from home.
So Mills Farm, it's just really a nice place. I mean, the HOA will send you cookies instead of fines. It's that kind of nice.
Yeah, unless you paint your house pink, then you might get a fine. Yeah, so Mills Farm is great. That moves us all the way through our three neighborhoods that we've chosen for Kansas. And why don't we hop over to the Missouri side of things? Because it's not just Kansas that has the best,
the best of the best.
Yeah, the best of the best, yeah.
Missouri's got a few of its own.
Sure does.
Loch Lloyd. Loch Lloyd is a gated community with stunning estate-style lots. I mean, even the swimming pools had their own islands in this subdivision. Super nice.
Yeah, it's over in Cass County, and it's where, really privacy is king for your royalty, like the VIP who lives in this spot, Mr. Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, with his own personal football field.
Yeah, usually we save the notable people to the end, but
just couldn't wait, could you?
I love the man. So, all right, so homes in Loch Lloyd start at $1.5 million. It's tough to get in there for anything less than that, and they climbed to well over $5 million. Right now, we have a 5-bedroom, 6-bath, reverse story and a half at 16417 Turnberry Street. That's listed for $2.25 million. It's coming in at like 5,500 square feet. And then we have a similar home at 15917 King Street. That's 2.15. The average day on market is about 60 to 90 days. So it takes buyers a little bit longer to snag up these estates. But the good ones don't last long. If they're on the golf course or back into the lake, those are very desirable. So those will go a lot quicker.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add too on the location that this is on the Missouri side, but Loch Lloyd does touch the Kansas border. So you're really close to the Kansas amenities as well. And it's just kind of outside of that density zone. So it's on the south side of the city, and you kind of feel like you're in the country, but it's just a short hop and you're right back into the density of the city. So
yep, house styles in Loch Lloyd can really range from your modern ranches, your story and a halves, traditional estates, a lot of brick finishes. And Kansas City's kind of strange. You don't see a lot of brick homes. We just went down to Texas for a little trip, and they just had brick homes galore. But you will find those in Loch Lloyd, and expect a lot of open layouts, floor-to-ceiling windows, outdoor living spaces, lots of pools. Almost everybody has a pool. Just rivals your vacation home. If you're renting an Airbnb that is something really fancy, that's what makes me think of Loch Lloyd, is just like a vacation.
Sports courts, I mean, you've got it all.
Yep, you got the golf course, you've got the marina, lots of neighborhood amenities. It's actually the the golf course was designed by Tom Watson, who was, famous Kansas Cityan, and I think he has a couple green jackets. I'm not mistaken, maybe. Yeah, I mean, with the marina, so you can have your own pontoon boat or your own fishing boat. And so there's not docks all around the lake. There's just the one dock or marina. So it's once you're on the lake, you just see a lot of trees. You don't really see a whole lot of houses from the lake. So just a real kind of peaceful setting if that's what you're into. Or if you want to go get some golfing, then you've got that right in your backyard as well. Yep, you got fitness center out there, tennis courts, and 24/7 security. So, it's gated. So we're keeping out the riffraff, and all the fans, the Mahomes fanboys like myself, are not allowed in. So unless I'm showing a property, then I get clearance through the security. School districts. Loch Lloyd is in the Belton Public School District, which is pretty decent schools, but I'm going to tell you, most people are going to the Barstow, which is the private school option for this area. Yeah, for your elite education, you're sending your kids to the private schools, and Barstow is a great one. Nearby shopping, you've got Lee Summit is right nearby. I mean, you have, I'd say, not the best relative to some of these other places we've mentioned as far as shopping goes, but you do have Lee Summit, and the downtown Lee Summit's pretty cool. You got your local charm. Grandview's just to the north side. But realistically, you're probably just heading over to Kansas or going to downtown to go hit the plaza so not too far away. Yeah, not a lot of nearby attractions either, really. You've got the Missouri Town, which is like a living history museum. Powell Gardens is pretty cool. They've got like dinosaurs mixed into the gardens and stuff. It's a pretty fun place to go. A little botanical wonderland. You're really a quick drive to Arrowhead Stadium, which I think is why my homeboy built his castle there. So that is an attraction for me. Yeah, but I think that's kind of why, the location, it is kind of out on the outskirts. So you're not surrounded by a ton of dense population. So it's kind of by design. It's your private little oasis that's kind of away from all the hustle and bustle of the city. Yeah, depending on what your priorities are. I mean, if you want to be if you're into equestrian stuff, they've got a saddle and stake club where you've got equestrian horse riding just to the north side. So yeah, it does have a much more country vibe. So not a ton of attractions right around it, but you've got access to everything on the Kansas side. It's right on the state line. So we've mentioned the notable residents. I don't think we need to keep bringing them up, but he is our MVP in KC. So, keep away from him, though. Give him his privacy. Yeah. We need him to keep training because we need to keep winning. I know it. That's right. Yeah. Don't distract him. So that is the Great Loch Lloyd, with gates so secure that even your Amazon driver needs a FBI background check. Holy cow. Hey, if Mahomes invites you over for some barbecue, you better wear your stretcher pants because those MVPs, they don't mess around. All right, so for the next one, let's head up north, up to our stomping ground. Have jump north of the river? I do. We're going to jump up north to the upscale neighborhood in Northland called Briarcliff West. Yeah, so Briarcliff there's a west side and an east side, but the west side is definitely a little more prestigious. And when we're talking side, we're talking the side of 169 Highway. And 169 Highway kind of runs up through the Northland and splits Clay and Platte County. It is kind of cool. As you're coming north out of downtown, Briarcliff is almost like a gateway. You're going up this hill, and then you'll see these big houses on both sides of the highway, kind of sitting up on a bluff, looking down over downtown. So they just have some amazing views into downtown Kansas City skyline. It's pretty cool. Yeah, they do. And it just views right over Briarcliff Village, which is a really great area for some amenities and shopping and whatnot. So let's talk about some homes. We've got price ranges in Briarcliff ranging from $700,000 to $1.5 million. I think even Kelsey was in there for a little bit, wasn't he? Yeah, I think him and Mahomes both had houses there when they were rookies. A started house. We've got a 4-bedroom, 5-bath traditional on Heather Lane that's listed for $725,000. That's just over 6,000 square feet. And we've got a 4-bedroom ranch on Hickory Lane that is at 1.09. Let's just call it $1 million. It's at $1 million. Average days on market there are 60 to 70 days on market, so stuff is moving pretty good. And there's just, great finishes, great space. Some of these homes are older that have been remodeled, and some are newer and look great already. So you got a lot of options in there. Think custom-built traditionals, ranches, Spanish-inspired homes, a lot of clay tile roofs and that sort of thing. Really spacious, and a lot of finished basements and decks that have, overlook that skyline. You've you really have a beautiful view of the Kansas City skyline and a lot of extra size, jumbo size lots, beautiful mature trees. It's a really cool area with a lot of style.
And great location from airport to downtown. You got quick access everywhere.
Yep, 100%.
So neighborhood amenities, we don't have the country club or the golf course here, but you're close to a lot of stuff. Like we just said, there's the downtown airport. You're really close to that. There's the NCI airport just to the north, 15 minutes away. But you have a nice the shopping center.
Briarcliff Village.
Yeah, Briarcliff Village, which has a lot of great restaurants, some local shopping. It's a nice steakhouse and with great views. If you go down there and sit outside on the patio, again, you got a restaurant with great views of that downtown skyline.
Yeah, you got the Paropos there. I love eating them Robo, the steak. Doing business lunches at Tres Omar.
I've got a really good story about that, whether they use it or not. But one day we're sitting at Tres Omar outside on the deck, enjoying that view with my family and having dinner. And my son was probably 5 or 6 years old and just walked over. They have a couple trees that are kind of growing out of the patio. And just walked over there and started peeing on the tree.
Holy cow.
Right in front of the whole restaurant. So very memorable story. I don't pee on the trees, people.
The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Yeah, he was just raised by wolves.
School districts. So we're coming in with North Kansas City schools here. Really a school district that's known for its academics, good sports, and you can get a great education there without the private school price tag. But you do have St. Pius, which is a private school not too far away. Really awesome private high school there.
Yeah, and then there's going to be a Montessori school. There's a couple private schools in the Northland that you'll have easy access to as well. So lots of options for schools. Some other nearby shopping is you've got the Zona Rosa shopping district. Lots of shopping and restaurants there. And then a lot of nice restaurants just kind of sprinkled all throughout the Northland within about 15 minutes.
Yeah, just down at the bottom of the hill, you've got Red X, which is really cool, kind of like a local grocery store, but they have an awesome liquor and wine section. And then Larry's Market Larry's Nursery is where I always go on Mother's Day to shop for all the flowers we plant around the yard. So
yeah, and another good spot that's really close to that too is the River Market, which you can actually see from a lot of places in Briarcliff, which is just on the north side of downtown Kansas City. So you've got quick access to that, which is a nice walkable place to find restaurants and farmers markets.
Yeah, Northtown is just at the bottom of the hill too, and Northtown is chock full of all kinds of action. I mean, it's a really commercialized industrial area that has, Chicken and Pickle is down there, tons of nightlife and great restaurants. So I really love the location of Briarcliff, how you can shoot into downtown really quick. If you're an exec and work down there, Briarcliff West is a phenomenal place to do it. It has that really upscale feeling, but one of the least expensive places on our video for today.
Mm-hmm. Briarcliff West. It's a great location with great homes. And if you need a celebrity starter home, it's the place for you.
Okay, so that'll take us to our sixth and final amazing subdivision in Kansas City. Last but not least, the National in Parkville, Missouri. Platte County's answer to luxury living, and it has a little bit of golf course swagger. It's a high-end community and really lavish homes, but still has a laid-back sense of elegance there. All right, price ranges in the National.
All right, price ranges in the National run anywhere from $900,000 up to $2 million. And I can tell you in the past, it's gone well over that. But right now, we've got a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 1.5 story that's listed for $995,000. And it's coming in at 2,800 square feet. And then we have a 5-bedroom traditional National Drive that's listed at 1.2 million, which is going to be on the golf side. Days on market there averaging between 30 and 60, so things are going pretty quick. And the styles you're going to see a little bit of everything. This is a newer community. It hasn't been around for a real long time, but we've got contemporary ranches, a lot of reverses, especially walking out to the golf course. And then those traditional clean lines with those high-end finishings. Everything's going to be all quartz countertops, hardwood floors, floor-to-ceiling glass windows overlooking the golf course. And this golf course is kind of that rolling golf course. It has nice big hills. So some of these will just have amazing views out through the trees. Just an amazing landscape.
Yeah, it's a difficult golf course. I've golfed it a couple of times. I've been lucky enough to get an invite out there because it is a private course. So some of the best amenities you can imagine. Schools. The school district is one of the best. It's actually, we were brought up and educated, and, you know, proof is in the pudding that if it can produce two gems, two gems. Now, Park Hill is fantastic. It's one of the highest rated in the Missouri. And, you know, that and Liberty are really the most sought after school districts in the Northland. So you might graduate from there and become a future soccer star. One of my friends lives on the Deuce side of the National, and his daughter is a soccer star. I think she got a full ride to a really D1 school. So yeah, there's also lots of private school options as well. We're in the Northland here, so you've got St. Therese and Montessori schools and schools all over the Northland that are really quick to get to. We're talking 15 minutes max. And then amenities. So we've got, of course, the golf course amenities. We've got 2 golf courses, so take your pick. We've also got restaurants right there in the neighborhood. There's also like a little strip mall at one end of the neighborhood too, so you can drive your golf cart. They've got a little, Roxanne's Cafe, I think, so you can drive your golf cart to breakfast and get your hair and your nails done and all that stuff by golf cart. And then the clubhouse is also amazing. It's got its own restaurant in there. You can get different packages with your membership levels to have dining options. They've got an amazing pool with like a 2-story water slide into it, driving ranges, parks for the kids. Yeah, it's great. The nearby shopping, you've got Zona Rosa. If you cruise out 45 Highway to the west, you've got Creekside, which is a really up-and-coming shopping area. A lot of really nice baseball fields. There's the Creekside ball fields out there. If you head just not too far down the road, you've got downtown Parkville with lots of boutiques. Just nestled in a really nice spot just to the north of it is Weatherby Lake, which is one of Kansas City's premier lake communities. Just can't say enough good things about the National and the amenities and the shopping that it offers. All right, nearby attractions would be like the English Landing Park, which is right down there in old downtown Parkville, which is a really charming, but just a massive park right on the riverfront that has all from dog parks to walking trails to boat ramps to put into the river. The farmers market is down there all summer long, so you'll have access to that. So that's a great location. You've also got Worlds of Fun and Oceans of Fun, which is up in the Northland, which is a theme park, which is kind of a major attraction for Kansas City. And then you have the Parkville Nature Sanctuary, which is just up from the river, which is acres and acres and miles of hiking trails through the bluffs of Parkville. Yeah, and as far as notable residents go, we don't have any A-listers yet, but the National does draw affluent families and retirees that love golf and luxury. So you might spot a celebrity out there, but your neighbor probably does have a private wine cellar. So get to know the neighbors at the National. Yeah, there might have been a few rookie Chiefs players cycle through there over the years. So another celebrity starter neighborhood. Yeah, but overall, the National is so pristine, you'll probably feel guilty about stepping on the grass. And if you shank a drive, don't worry. Your neighbor probably has a golf pro on speed dial, so you can get some lessons if you need them. All right, that does it for our 6 most exclusive neighborhoods in Kansas City. We chose 3 from Kansas and 3 from Missouri, and we really took you on a nice tour around the city. What a great list. Yep. So if you're thinking about moving to Kansas City or any of these places we just talked about today, then reach out to us. You can call us with the number on the screen, shoot us a text or an email. And if you still have questions about Kansas City, then check us out on this video over here, which is everything you need to know about living in Kansas City. We'll see you on the next one. See you then. Thanks.